Where would you like to sit, Elaine?
Oh, over there will be fine, Carl. Isn't it lovely? Oh, and the condition.
Yes, it's perfect. I can't believe someone would just stuff into an attic with a sheet thrown over it for all these years. I wonder why. I also wonder why you would buy such a large estate right now. I know you love this shop, but you have to be more practical about it. Maybe it's time to consider...
Why don't you make up a story about the rocking chair like you used to do when you were a boy? You remember, don't you? We'd spend hours here, and you would pick up an antique and make up the most wonderful stories. I used to wonder if any of them would be true. You know, how some people can just touch an item and tell its story.
Oh wait, Elaine. I told you, I'm not psychic. I just like to make up stories. That's why I studied literature and creative writing at university.
Then what?
What do you mean, then what?
After you graduate, what are you planning to do?
Teach, I suppose. There's not much more to do with a degree in literature.
Is there something else you'd like to try?
Sometimes, I just feel, I don't know, lost. Out of my element. I love literature and writing, but it almost feels like a foreign language, or a time of my own.
Well, is there something else you might like to try?
Ah yes, the age-old test. Professor Green says, if there is anything else that you can see yourself doing besides writing, then do it. Writing is not for you.
Well, is there something else you can picture yourself doing? You know, with your talent for divining the story behind the object?
I've told you time and again. They're just stories I make up. Sometimes happy stories and sometimes very sad ones. But they can be either. Why, I can make up a dozen different stories about this chair. About sadness. Or loss. Or I don't know, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything else except for my imagination. So, no more psychic talk. I know you believe in all that stuff, but you know that I don't. You just leave it at that.
Would you like some lemonade? I have a pitcher in the refrigerator.
I have to get back. No thanks. Big test tomorrow. Listen, Aunt Elaine. I'm sorry if it feels like I'm pushing you to get rid of the place. You know I love you in the shop, but I'm not always going to be around to help. Okay, you know what? Maybe I will write you a story about this chair after I study.
Such a good boy.
There you go.
I'm sure she'll be more comfortable. Don't be embarrassed. Aunt Elaine would be pleased to see you taking such good care of one of her guests. I'm Carl. I came and helped today. It's always busy on the day of the fair, not so much in recent years. You must be Nadine. She's telling me about you.
Yes, she has told me all about you too. You're the young man that writes stories or histories of her guests.
Yeah, she's got it in her head that I can somehow sense things about them, but I just like to make up stories. Oh, you better get ready. People will start coming any minute.
Oh, can't wait.
Hello, folks.
I knew you'd go right for those dolls.
Excuse me, ma'am, do you work here?
Yes,
Yes, I do. How can I help you? I was just wondering, is this absolutely the best price you can do on this?
well, as the sign outside sleeping in this store, and that is just darling. I have one. My husband bought it for me. He used to travel a lot and was always bringing me trinkets from all over. I don't recall seeing another one until I started working here. They're so fragile. I imagine children were the ruin of them.
Oh yes, I can see how the kids would be attracted to the lovely colors and all. Still, the price?
Well, I'm just an employee. The best I can do is 15%. But really, where are you going to find another in such perfect condition? I know I treasure mine, but mine has sentimental value.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I understand totally.
Oh, my husband's gonna kill me, but he should know better than to leave me in an antique store while he goes and looks at boring old tractors.
Well, that's right. I agree. Hi. Hello. Yes, isn't that beautiful? Did it again. I think I'm more dangerous than the children. There we go. Thank you. Come again.
Nadine, you keep this up and you might just end up a partner in this here dive. I saw the way you handled that customer. You have the makings of an old-fashioned horse trader.
Aunt Elaine? No, we talked about this. You need to be more careful with your money.
What do you mean, dear? Remember, girls, you break, you buy.
You know exactly what I mean. You can't afford to hire help, let alone share your measly profits with a partner. You're barely making ends meet as it is.
I know, dear, but I just have a feeling about her.
Another one of your feelings, Aunt Elaine? You can't run a business on feelings and good intentions. We will talk about this later. There is a later.
What was that all about? Are you having financial trouble?
Oh, dear, it's nothing for you to worry about. It'll all work out.
Aunt Elaine, this customer has a question that I can't answer. One moment. Aunt Elaine will be right with you. She knows more about the objects in this shop than could ever be put into a book. If she can't give you an answer, no one can.
Stop worrying, dear. It's all gonna be just fine. It always is. Come in, Carl. What's the question? What do you think?
Excuse me, do you work here?
Oh, yes, I do. How can I help you?
Well, my friend wanted to ask a few questions.
Hi, Fred.
I'm one of those.
I think I know him.
Oh, okay.
You know, my friend wants to spring
Oh, excellent.
Okay, I know it is.
But I'm gonna have to sell it to you empty. I hope you don't mind.
That's business.
Really?
Next time we come this month.
Sure, let's go.
Well, that's what like.
Thank you.
We'll just carry it.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Excuse me, young man. I seem to have gathered much more than I could share.
I'll just set it on the couch until you're ready to get checked out.
Thank you so much.
It's empty.
This one? I did. Is there?
Excuse me, young man. Can you tell me about this lovely rocking chair?
Oh, not much. It's made out of oak, and it was discovered in the attic of an old house in one of Rochester.
Would you mind if I sit in it?
Okay, but you break, you buy.
Oh. Young man, I think that will be all. If you would just add up all my other items, please. I think I'm going to call it a day.
Are you all right?
Yeah, just too much sun, I think. If you would please wrap up my other items.
Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you too. Come again. What a shame. They really seem to like that chair.
First lady that sat in it got kind of weird. I don't think this last couple can afford it.
I should have never spent so much on this chair. Nobody wants it. I'm certain it's never gonna sell. Well, Carl, maybe you're right. Maybe I do need to start running my business more on practical considerations and less of these feelings and impressions.
Boy, Elaine, I'm sorry. Forget what I said. This shop is about more than just making money. It needs to stay what it's always been. Elaine's home for wayward objects.
I told my book club about your shop, and we decided to make a day of it and leave the men at home. Let's make it rain.
Hello, dear. I'll be right with you. Here you are, my dear. I buy? Okay, I'll buy this. Sorry. Have a good day, sir.
Okay, ladies, we have lunch reservations. Let's grab our things and ring up.
Oh, ladies, thanks for stopping in. Well, we survived another year of the street fair.
You said it would be busy, but I never expected such a
Stampede?
good word. Oh, who could be there?
She was hiding under the table, trying to escape the throng, I think. Here you go, sweetie. It's okay. It's all over now. Relax. That was insane! It's always busy on the day of the fair, but I've never seen anything like that. We must have made more sales than the last 3 fairs combined.
I told you it was gonna work out. I had a feeling it was gonna be okay.
Oh, I think I'm gonna go home and put my feet up.
Not yet.
Oh, please, can't I come tomorrow and clean up?
It's not cleanup time. It's dinner time. I'm just gonna go wash up.
Elaine, really, I just couldn't.
No, now it won't take good.
I hope you like Chinese food.
I do.
Answer. You tipped me off about the estate auction, and I really appreciate you thinking about me. Great. Shall we say 7? Good. See you then. What on earth?
I did it. You did it. We did it.
Oh, did what?
This. Page 27. Here it is.
The Chair by Carl. Oh, that's you.
Yeah, and that's not all. The publisher also puts out Griffin Books, and they offered me a contract for a book of short stories about the items in this shop, like the ones I used to make up when I was little.
Oh, honey, that's great.
I really should have listened to you. You always told me I should be a writer. Now I am.
Oh, honey, you always were a writer. But how'd this come about?
Well, I turned the story into Professor Green, and it came back with one of his notes written on it saying, "Please see me about this during my office hours." Well, I thought he was going to tear it to pieces. But all he did was hand me a piece of paper with the address to this magazine written on it, telling me to submit, and the rest just happened. I got the magazine and the check in the mail yesterday, and a call about the book this morning. I have to run. I have more people to see. Oh, but I am taking you, Nadine, out to lunch today.
Okay, but don't you want to take this?
I have 24 more copies in my car. You can see you at noon. Mwah.